Kemlin and Moby Dick Shawl. Moll Goggins is part of the town, it's part of our heritage, and it's important that we save it for this generation and generations to come.
I think it's very much part of our heritage and part of our tourism, and something that we need to preserve. I mean, even from when I was a young girl, it was something that I excitedly ran up the hill to see and to look out through the viewing stand. I think Youghal has lost so much, and it's very, very important that Moll Goggin's Corner is preserved.
Okay, I'm Broderick. Everyone calls me Gish. I just think it's a disgrace that something like this that's so popular with Youghal and that has been here for generations should literally be left falling into the sea. There was money there.
I think it's very important that we find funding, be it through Cork County Council or be it through the Department of Transport and Tourism or through the Department of the Environment. I know that our local councillors are pushing it through Cork County Council, and I'm already after writing to the Minister for Transport, Tourism and Sport, and also after writing to the Minister for the Environment. And Minister Ring was in town here last Thursday, and he saw firsthand the viewing area, and he knows that we're trying to preserve it and that we need funding allocated for it, and he himself has committed that he will look at it.
Sammy Revens, Sammy's Butchers, the Strand in Youghal. My interest in this is to keep Moll Goggins open so that people can view the beautiful views we have here in Youghal. I mean, we can't lose any more in this town. It's just vitally important that we hold on to this. And again, to the people that came out here today in support of it, thank you very much. It's about us, it's about Youghal. And in fairness, if our local public representatives can go and get the funding for it, well, if not, we'll fight for it anyhow.
Adrian Hyde, Youghal for All, Treasurer. We're here today to save Moll Goggins. I think Youghal has lost enough. This is hugely important. It's one of the most scenic viewing platforms in Ireland. It deserves to be saved. We deserve to get the funding for it. And to be honest, we don't really mind where the funding comes from, but leaving it just go and leaving it lie in ruins for the next 100 years, it's just not an option.
Councillor Arnold Sullivan, Cork County Council, County Councillor, and I'm living in Youghal, and I'm delighted to be here today and to see a crowd here for this very important issue for our town and the restoration of Moll Goggin's Corner. There's great history to Moll Goggin's Corner, and I think it would be very important that we could bring this in as part of our tourist offering and offer it as part of our tourist trail. We need to redouble our efforts, put pressure on Cork County Council to bring funding to the table to save this most important aspect of the history of our town.
That we don't lose any more for the town. If it falls into the sea, I'd be very, very concerned that the road would fall into the sea with it. And I think it's very, very important for Youghal and its tourism and its heritage going forward that we preserve Moll Goggin's Corner here. And I can tell you that the people of Youghal won't be found wanting in fighting that good fight.
Sweet Youghal Bay, sweet Youghal Bay, beside your black water, I'm longing to stay. Soon I'll return, until that happy day, my heart's in your keeping, sweet Youghal Bay.
You put in a lot of work and you'll be doing a lot of things for the town, and the town kind of finally gets on its feet, and then somebody makes a decision just to leave this lying wreck and ruin. And if it was private property, there'd be a dereliction order put in it. So, I mean, if private people can't do it, it shouldn't happen with a public viewing platform.
This is a very important issue in our town. There's years of history here at Moll Goggin's Corner, and I know that myself and Councillor Meridan and Foley have been working very hard on this in our positions in Cork County Council. But Mary and myself have had motions into the council putting pressure on the executive to put money on the table so we can save this historic aspect of our town. There's been fierce resistance from the county council at present, but Mary and myself at our level must keep up that fight. It's local funding and it needs to be put into this local area.
As a past councillor, and I can see Sammy here as well, and I'm delighted that Aaron mentioned the town council. We did put a lot of work and effort to finish up the wall up there, and certainly it should have been continued on here to this viewing point here. It's historical. That's why I'm here to support each and every one of us.
And Youghal has been left behind over the last number of years, but there has been fierce work put in locally by our town council, which was abolished last year in developing the town. We also have the work on the Clock 8, and we need to bring Moll Goggin's part of that history. And I'd like to thank you all for coming. We have to keep up the fight, and we have to fight, and we have to keep this up until the funding comes.
My name is Tim Smith. I've lived here in Youghal for, something over 50 years. longer than I care to remember, or most people remember. But look, it's a maritime town, and I think it's crazy that a structure like this, even that people have to protest at the level that's happening today, it should be politicians, people should come along, people in authority and with responsibility, and just repair the bloody thing. It shouldn't be allowed, their philosophy, we let it fall into the sea.
Because what's happening now is that Cork County Council are digging their heels in. They're refusing to put up the money, and what they will do is they'll stay sitting and hopefully we'll go away. But we have to say here to all of you is we will not go away, and we will not give up until the money is put on the table. So keep up the fight, and I look forward to seeing you out here again on the next day, and we will keep going. Go meet them all, we'll go there.
Aaron has outlined the situation with Cork County Council, but I suppose from my point of view, I just want to let you know that I have been in touch with the Department of Transport and Tourism, and also with the Department of the Environment, trying to see if I can source funding from a national level. But it's great to see everybody here today united. It's something that's very, very, very important to our town, and we have to stay here united together to make sure that we have this viewing area restored.
I just felt it was an absolute disgrace that Moll Goggin should be left go. It's just so important. It's one of the main viewing platforms in Youghal. It's one of the last ones left. If this was in America or anywhere else where they have their widows' walks and all the rest of it, they value them so much. And to turn around and allow this to just fall into the water, it's just disgraceful.
Where the river black water flows into the sea, there's a lovely old town that is dear to me, with its lovely old hills winding uphill and down. Sure, it's my lovely town of sweet Youghal Bay. Join in.
Also, Michael Ring was in town on Thursday, and he was shown firsthand the area here and the fact that we needed funding for it. So we're trying to put pressure on him again from a national level to see if he can come up with the funding. I just want to say thanks very much to everyone for coming here today, because it's so important, and I'm sure that no one will be found wanting in trying to fight the good fight. I'm sure we all see you back here again in the next few weeks, and just keep highlighting it and keep trying to see where we can source this funding to make sure that we won't let this viewing area go.
Sweet Youghal Bay, sweet Youghal Bay, beside your black water I'm longing to stay. Soon I'll return, until that happy day, my heart's in your keeping, sweet Youghal Bay.
It's part of our heritage. I mean, I was born and reared in Youghal, and I remember as a child walking out the beach, and these viewing platforms were always there. I mean, to see them go, some people don't give a damn, but I do. That's why I'm here today. I mean, so many things have slipped away, and then things have been done, demonstrations, and it's too late then. It's about time someone did stand up.
And with the Clock 8 hopefully reopening sometime in the near future, and the boardwalk back reinstated, these are aspects of the rejuvenation and the rebuilding of our town, and we need to put our best foot forward and use these items to market ourselves. I just think that it's part of our history and our heritage, and there's a story that goes with it, the story of Moll Goggin and the seamen and the fishermen who go to sea, and how the wives just wait here to see their loved ones come back. And I just think it's part of our history, part of our heritage, and the story of Youghal.
There is a lovely corner called Moll Goggins. We're here today trying to save it.
Well, Moll Goggin's balcony, Mike, is history. Like, I remember, like, it got its name from a lady by the name of Moll Goggin, whose husband went to sea, like, and she stood in this corner 365 days of the year waiting for her husband to come back from sea. So, you know, that's a woman, like, with passion, like, for her husband, like, you know, and, you know, that's history. And I think, like, we look out there with a different idea of looking at the views and what's around us, you know, and you're still thinking of Moll Goggin at the same time.
We're going to keep fighting and keep keep shouting until Cork County Council and government agencies come up with the goods.
I think there's a long history there between people coming out here to see the boats coming into Youghal, and I mean there's a lot of people who used to walk the whole way out to Clay Castle Beach and everything, and they used to stop here with their ice cream, you know, winter break. You'd often see elderly couples sitting down on the benches, so it's a shame. I mean, you can see it behind me, it looks awful.
I've talked to some fishermen as well in town, and they were saying it's the first thing they see when they're coming back in, is kind of a security thing from when they come to see the landmark of Moll Goggin.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you round the headline here, it's one of the first sights of Youghal, and I mean the lighthouse is just down here, quite close, like, so the whole thing, I think it's got a big place in the hearts of people, Youghal.
Next up is Helen. Helen, you're Helen Youghal for All?
Helen, yes, Secretary of Youghal for All, Helen Grange.
Why are you here today, Helen?
Well, I'm here on behalf of the group. We spearheaded this campaign to start the saviour of Moll Goggin's Corner. We intend to save it. Again, as Adrian said, we don't care where the money comes from. The money is there. If it was Killarney or Kinsale, there wouldn't be hesitation. And as the fishermen said, it's the first thing they see when they're coming to Youghal. And as I was a child coming down to Youghal in the bus and I saw Summerfield Cross, to me, I was coming into Youghal, I was coming home. And this corner will represent the same thing to the people at sea.
I'm Danny Watterson. I used to live down here in Youghal. Lived here for over 10 years. And it's just a shame really to see this fall into the state of disrepair that it's in now and the council not doing anything about it. It's to be honest with you, they can find money for other things in town. Why can't they fix this? I mean, it's simple enough. I mean, it's part of the town's history. It should be done.
Sweet Youghal Bay, sweet Youghal Bay, beside your black water, I'm longing to stay. Soon I'll return. Until that happy day, my heart's in your keeping, sweet Youghal Bay.
Paddy White, I'm Youghal for All, and we're here to obviously try to save Moll Goggin's Corner. And I just made a statement there this morning to somebody, and I thought it was very fitting that they've fixed the town now practically. There was a lot of work being done here in the last few months, and it's nearly fixed. And I think now they should fix Moll Goggin's. She deserves it, you know, and that will be the icing in the cake. We do need to fix Moll Goggin's. It has a lot of history attached to it, and a lot of stories attached to it. I remember as a kid coming out here, obviously playing on it and eating my ice cream cones before I went to Perks. But I didn't think it was such an unsteady platform. But obviously there's a bit of work to be done to it. But the sooner the better, you know. So let's not hang about. Let's get it fixed.
No, we're not going to leave it fall into the sea. We will save it and we will get the funding from somewhere. We had the Minister for Tourism here on Thursday and he has guaranteed us that he will look into funding, but we just won't leave it lie at this guarantee that he has said. We will be pushing further and we'll be looking for more ministers to get on board.
As I said, the powers to be should be down here as well, but they're not.
And I mean, it is passion. That's what's going to get it back here, you know.
Come down and show me face today and give some support to the guys. It's good to see so many people turned out, and it's hopefully the council will pay attention now and maybe get their act together and get it fixed.
Moll Goggin's isn't about one person. Moll Goggin's is about the countless thousands of women, daughters, children that stood watching their people depart to sea, waiting for them, because at that time when they left on a 7-day voyage or a 21-day voyage, they just counted the days. There wasn't communication when they're going to come back. So they probably stood there for days waiting to see a ship coming back in that their people were on. And look, this is a town that doesn't even have a decent bloody maritime memorial. And it's rather than letting this fall into the sea, it should be part of a maritime memorial to the people that sailed out there.
My heart's in your keeping, sweet Youghal Bay.
Hello. Thank you.